Hi everyone, I'm Sunny, and today's pick a card reading is going to be whether the person in your mind knows your secret. So think of a secret that you wonder if they know. Maybe it's like, do they know that I have a crush on them? Do they know that I, said this thing about them? So anything that you can think of a secret of yours, whether it's small or big, whatever. You don't have to tell me, by the way. You just have to, just confirm. This is going to be a yes or no. So from pile 1 through 4. Wait, that was wrong. Sorry, that was. I normally say things right, but from left to right, I have pile 1, and then pile 2, pile 3, and then pile 4. If you need more time, stop the video. Otherwise, skip to the timestamp in the description, and I'll see you at your pile of choice or choices. So think of a specific person, pile number 1, and I'll start with you. Do they know your secret? So pile number 1, you have the King of Cups upright. So this is a yes. The person in your mind does know your secret that you're holding or withholding. I think it has to do either with affection, emotions, or creativity. So if you're keeping a secret, maybe it just feels like they know. The person you're thinking about it is smart and they are mature, but they do know the truth. But they are also very respectful of emotions. I think they're very considerate. So they're giving you time to own up to this particular issue. It doesn't always have to be romantic or a love confession. Confession, not confection. But it does feel like this is a yes, like I know, but I'm waiting for you to let me know. Like I'm very respectful of emotional boundaries. It feels like that. And this person's just kind of waiting on you. Like this person's just kind of waiting for you to open up, because they know that emotions are very sensitive and they're things that not easily everyone can handle. So they kind of know your personality, so they're just kind of waiting for the green light to be listening to you. Maybe it's even something that's been eating at you, only because it's something that just belongs to you, like a personal obstacle or a hardship, and they kind of read between the lines. They can kind of suspect they're a very intuitive person, but they're kind of waiting for you to let it out so that you can bend and stuff like that. So that's what I have for you. Pile number 2, think of the specific person in mind and whether they know your secret. So pile number 2, you guys have the 4 of Pentacles upright. So this is a yes. The person in your mind does know your secret, pile number 2. They hold things pretty close. I think this person is very trustworthy, and they can trust. You can be trusting of this person. I think this person keeps things to themselves. They're very private. See how closely he holds those pentacles. So this person likely knows maybe about your financial situation, but they're not gonna be making fun of you or rubbing it in your face that maybe they're at a better position. It just feels like there's someone who's stable, who's mature when it comes to thinking about situations that have to do with maybe balancing themselves or balancing finances or assets, or having to own up to, like, oh, I have these things to work through. Like I am the provider per se. And maybe this is your situation. That's why they keep that comment. Unless it's brought up, they're not going to bring it up. There's someone that's more into working on things that belong to them than being snoopy. They're not very snoopy type of people. That's what you're thinking about. But this person does know your secret. They seem reasonable, but they're also not someone that's going to go fish for things that aren't, like, they're not about salacious gossip like that. It just feels like they're not that kind of person, like that kind of person. Or even at that, they could also know that maybe you're trying to ask them for money and they're like, no. They're very stingy, but yeah, that's what I feel for this one. This is kind of that vibe where if it's something that you need from them, they're gonna not pretend that they don't know, but they know to put that boundary of, like, look, you're my friend, but I don't mix that friendship with money because it's just gonna go sour, and maybe you can't pay me back, and then I'm gonna get upset because this is something that I relied on. Things like that. They don't mix that. They don't mesh that. That's how it seems. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. The next, pile number 3, You guys have the Hierophant upright, so this person you're thinking about does know your secret. Is it me? Did the last cards all seem to be positive? Yes. I'm sorry if I spoiled it. This is a yes for you. The person in your mind that you're thinking about does know your secret. Is this someone that you respect, or someone that is a leader in some organization? Some, like, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's like your mom's friend or your dad's friend, or maybe this is someone that's a spiritual leader, your church leader. Maybe it just feels like someone that you respect. Maybe it's a teacher or a counselor. It feels like someone that you can talk to with information, like someone that knows. Maybe it's your psychiatrist. This is what you're asking about, your psychiatrist or counselor, whether they know everything. This is yes, but they're going to be fair about it. I think they're very balanced individuals, and as such, they didn't get to be a Hierophant just like that. They took their time. They've learned all the ins and outs of how to be a respectable person with power. So they're going to wield that wisely, and they're going to be fairly to you. So if you need to open up to them about something, they will let you speak to them. They have a good ear, I feel with this one. They're going to let you be the person to let out that. Maybe you have something traumatic that you want to talk to them about, and they will be kind. They will show forgiveness, kindness, consideration, mercy, even at that. It feels like there's something that maybe is eating at you, but you want to talk to somebody. It feels like that kind of a very considerate person who it's like they're within their skill sets and requirements. That's what it feels like. That's why it's like, are you asking about a sort of situation like that? Because yes, they know what's going on, or maybe it's like just an educational professor or something. So they kind of get hints about what's, going on with your situation. Maybe that's why it explains why you haven't been doing so great, or why you've been stalling or like falling behind. It feels like they're understanding of your situation. So yes, they know your circumstances. Pile number 3. Last but not least, pile number 4. You guys have the 10 of Cups reverse. So this is a no. The person in your mind does not know how about your secrets or secret that you're channeling. It feels like this person is disappointed that they don't have their happy ending, or at least is this someone that you made a deep connection with? Doesn't always have to be a romantic sense, but it feels like someone who put all their eggs in a basket. Is that how the saying goes? But they more or less focus so much on something that they invested in themselves, in that specific thing, and there was nothing that came into fruition. It was like a big disappointment. Nothing came back to them. They didn't feel fulfilled. It was like disillusionment for this one. So they feel like they don't have. It could be for some of you that you feel like you're talking about like a family member, like you broke off maybe the family or something, or this person broke off the family, and do they know the secret? Maybe I feel like maybe it's your family member or someone close, like as close as your family, that you're very emotionally bonded with. Whether they know like, oh, I separated from like my husband or wife, and we're getting a divorce, and I don't want anybody to know, but I wonder if they know because I've been different. No, they don't know. It's like you haven't been easily readable. I don't even know that's a word. You can't easily read through your emotions. I think you're very introverted and private, or you keep that closer to yourself, or you don't divulge your information to others easily because you want to avoid those confrontational talks, and you're not ready to do that. So this person in your mind doesn't know. Or maybe you are thinking about someone that you want to confess to, they don't know. Things like that you want to start something with them, or you want to be formal with them and make it like a union. Or maybe your secret is that you want to ask them for marriage, right? So it feels like that. Sorry. So it feels like maybe you want to ask them out, or maybe this person, like this, you want to ask them for their hand, and they don't know. They're like, am I gonna spoil the surprise? No, it's not always that negative, right? So sometimes it's positive, but you're like, oh, I don't know. Do they know that I'm gonna reserve this restaurant, or I'm gonna reserve their favorite um, venue, and then I'm gonna take them out, and I'll do everything, and then ask them out. Or it feels like maybe you've, if it's a friendship, maybe you're wondering whether this person knows that you, or this person, either party, has been very focused on their own happiness and their own self, like without relying on others, or maybe this other person or you have been focusing on your own family, and you haven't had a chance to, connect with this person emotionally. This is a no, right? So they don't know what's going on. They don't know these things. So again, whatever your situation, even if these are not those scenarios, it's a no. Or if you're trying to build a creative outlet or entrepreneurship that involves a creative field, things like that, it feels like people around you don't know because you keep that close to yourself. So thank you for all the piles that listened to the very end. I feel so mellow. I just suddenly switched from the first 3 piles were a little more upbeat, and this one still seems upbeat, but it feels like I mellowed out. Like I just got so calm and peaceful. So maybe that's why you've been like on a self-healing journey as well, just kind of making yourself feel happy and not relying on others to make you feel happy. So thank you all piles, and have a lovely day. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and bye-bye.